Okay. Township of Sparta Environmental Commission meeting for Thursday, October 12th, 2023. We are called to order at 7:04 PM. Please take notice that action will be taken on the following items. We are live in the council chamber at the municipal building and also on YouTube at www.youtube.com/SpartaTWP/streams. Adequate notice of this meeting was provided to the public and the press on January 6, 2023, by delivering to the press and posting on the township website a copy of the notice. Can we do roll call, Michelle, please?
Yes. Councilman Dean Blumetti,
Here.
Chairwoman Kimberly Knoll,
Here.
Vice Chair Neil Sauerwein,
Here.
Christine Dunbar, Ted Gall,
Here.
Christine Rogers,
Here.
Linda Tower.
Here.
Thank you. Please join me in saluting the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. We have no minutes to approve tonight. So the first piece of correspondence is an application for freshwater wetlands general permit for the Father John's Animal House, Inc. It looks like they're restoring, actually, the tributary that goes kind of through their property. And they're going to put in some native plants, create a wetlands transition area, a flood hazard area, and then planting of native trees, shrubs, and wetlands.
You know, on this one, it wasn't clear to me, however, if the enhancements, the restoration and enhancement, what the enhancement exactly will be. I didn't have a chance to dig into the plans. I don't know if it's just restoration, natural resource restoration, or if it's some other enhancement that they're planning to enhance the property with.
I didn't understand that either.
Yeah.
Sometimes people say habitat enhancements because you can't really claim to restore anything because that's actually kind of impossible.
Mhm.
So they describe them as habitat enhancements alternatively.
So what is there now and what are they?
Right. I don't know.
I can tell you what's there now. What they did was they cut down a lot of the vegetation around it. And it seems like they dug out the stream that was there a bit more to make it more defined. So I guess they want to do some additional plantings now that they've done that piece of it. "15 calendar days, October 4th. So do we want to reply back? Oh, October 6th, we got it. Do you want to reply back with any questions?
There were some plans attached. I just didn't have an opportunity to review them.
Oh, are they here? Right down there? Okay. You want to go look at them?
Sure.
Correspondence ones are on this side. Over there is the application.
Oh, nice. Thank you. This is the plans, it looks like. And there. That's, I think, what you have. That's also that one. Yeah, so this is the area. Temporary sediment filter fence to be installed along the top of the bank. 1.3 acres of restoration. Plant schedule, proposed plantings. Oh geez.
It's a little small.
I'm gonna let the other expert look at that. I'm gonna need stronger glasses.
Yeah, this section coming out to Route 15 is overgrown, so it looks like they're gonna just clean it up.
Yeah. They've cut a lot of it back, I've already noticed.
Red oak, American sycamore, red maple, silky dogwood, pin oak, black gum, sweet gum, service berry, and arrowwood by Brian.
Yeah, they're
Excellent.
still in the field,
Yeah.
so clean it up.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Soil erosion and sediment control.
The organization I work for, we just had to apply for one of these GP
Mhm.
16 permits, and it's just a high level of documentation that you need to submit to DEP. So even when you're doing good restoration, there's still a lot of paperwork. So I think this is really all that it is to meet the deliverables of the permit itself, like what you need to include in the application.
They should
Got it.
definitely get the green business information.
Ooh,
If they're doing this restoration.
okay, so that's one of the things we'll reply to them with. That was here, just to keep it in order. Good idea, Linda. This is all the paperwork, then, Linda? You just went through this? Oops.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
good.
Oh,
That's-
here's a big version of that
that's a
one.
nice
we were just
size.
looking at. Yeah, now I can read it.
See that?
So no new buildings, right? That's existing, that's existing. Leach field.
You know, once they clean this up, it's gonna run freely. The only thing I might recommend is that they put like a little spillway at the beginning of the cleanup, so that this area stays pretty much just a wetlands the way it is, rather than a open stream bed.
Mhm. Do we have any concern with pet waste, animal waste running off?
That's a good question.
That won't be any sort of change, right?
No, it's already happening. Net increase of impervious coverage is 0, okay. Not subject to stormwater regulations. Okay,
And then in addition, I guess, to the planting, it looks like they're gonna, in the wetland and transition areas, put seed mixes down. So wetland meadow mix and riparian buffer mix. So that's good.
okay. You want to look at the other one in real big size?
Oh, this is
Yeah.
right on the boundary line, huh?
Yeah. And then there's the dog run enclosures.
Mm-hmm.
So they cross the wetlands to get to the dog enclosures.
They have like a little, at least last time I was there, they had like a little bridge.
Oh,
Oh,
there.
here,
Would,
existing wood stream crossing. Yeah, it's a little bridge they have. And it looks like this is the only area that they're doing anything in. They're leaving this completely the way it is.
are there best practices like around that kind of restoration? In here, I'm assuming there might be, right?
Yeah, I would think so. But like, don't forget that DEP is gonna take a high level of analysis into looking in all their paperwork too. So if they
Okay.
saw any red flags, they would definitely flag it.
We should thank them for being such amazing sports.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
Mhm.
then send them the business.
Yeah, because this isn't cheap. Is it?
And it seems like they're gonna deed restrict it, right? Should be deed restricted.
Are they?
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
very
great.
nice.
So there's used to be a dam here.
All
looks
right,
like
I gotta
it.
go take some notes, you guys.
Okay. Former earthen dam, former spillway.
Hmm.
That's in the road. We're almost.
So it's Rip Rap Channel. Approximate location of sewage disposal bit.
Multiple sewage disposal beds.
Mhm.
Right, that one, that one.
All right, so I got thanks for the project, deed restricted, good, native plants, good. And then send them the green business thing, right? Anything else?
I mean, just the question about the animal waste.
Animal, okay.
Yeah, like how do they handle that so it doesn't contaminate their nicely redone wetlands and stream?
If they're doing it to mitigate for that circumstance.
Mm. Yeah, I wonder.
Great.
Yeah, does that flow under 15 then? Do you know if this goes under Route 15?
Yeah.
Right.
that's-
To
They
me,
must-
it looks like they're just gonna work on this area here
Yeah,
and dig out the stream bed. And I would like to see them put something in at the beginning of the cleanup.
I wonder if we want to run one of those reports just to share it with them so they have it? The
Oh, yeah,
interactive
ERI?
reports?
yeah.
Actually, to your point though, why are they getting this now? The work's already been done. Right?
I don't know if that's what.
Has this already been cleared?
I saw the land like cleared, but
Because you're not like allowed to do any clearing in
Oh.
those areas, so I'm wondering if it's almost maybe,
someone mentioned
like,
it
should we
to
be
them.
thanking them? Or is it almost like this is
Why
after,
wasn't, yeah. oh,
after the fact?
Did the work start
Uh,
yet? Like, I mean, that's the question.
Well, do Sparta regulations require this, or is it just because the DEP? The DEP must require that they notify the township.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah, you have to notify the township and all adjacent landowners within, I think, 200 feet off of the property. So that is standard. But I'm just wondering if it's already cleared, are they retroactively getting this because someone called it in to DEP?
Yeah, yeah,
Right?
it could be.
Because then they would make them get it. Like maybe they just wanted to clear it for their own property, but if you're doing work in wetlands without proper approval,
Yeah,
DEP is gonna make you go back and get the permit.
I wonder,
okay, we can ask that question.
yeah.
Okay. Anything else on the Father Johns?
Yeah, I don't think so.
Okay, next one
Have we
is,
ever received like, an application like this before? Is this the first one?
from Father John's?
No, for like a wetland restoration.
Oh, no, we have.
Yeah.
Just recently we had one. Oh, I got one because my neighbor's redoing part of their property. That's why I looked really.
Okay, yeah, I don't
They're getting their
recall,
Septic redone.
I don't recall many of these coming
Maybe we
through the
haven't gotten it
EC.
here.
I can imagine for mitigation, you'd see them, but.
Yeah.
Talk about 53A.
Oh, we did, we had one.
Yeah, there
over
was-
By Price's Lake. There was a freshwater interpretation, and we ran an ERG.
Yeah,
ERI,
but we haven't
and
seen
that
any of
one.
this yet.
No, we haven't
Right,
seen a map of
yeah,
that
like-
property.
And I think that was looking to develop it or sell it or do something, right?
We didn't know.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was just,
but not where we saw that it was like restoration.
Yeah.
Yeah.
well, now we have another one, so don't go. The next one is freshwater wetlands letter of interpretation. This is a notice to neighboring landowners. It's BWB Holdings. Hopefully we
Right
didn't
up the street. there.
mess up this
Just a
copy.
few buildings down,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Right, when you come out
Yeah.
from Stop and Shop,
Right.
straight across the street.
It's the brick building?
This goes with
I
that
think it
one.
is.
That was the
Yeah,
picture.
one right across the street, yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
that's this material here, so let's go ahead and get that one out.
Okay, this goes over there.
Don't mess up all the papers.
Yeah.
And this is, yeah, this is the line verification like we did last time.
And they said this is potentially looking to expand the parking lot.
Yep.
Yeah. I do remember when either this property or the one next to it came in to either
Oh,
the
sorry.
EC or the planning board. There was concern about the back of this, and this is probably it, the back of it because of the wetlands, the Wallkill,
It's right
and
there.
there's a buffer areas, and there was some concern about the back edge of this.
This is not the Shabbat, is it? Remember we did right next to the Lutheran church over there? That's not this one.
No,
No,
this is Stop and Shop. It's right here. So you come out of Stop and Shop to Main Street. Yeah,
Yes,
so we're-
you- Okay,
We're-
oh,
We're
okay.
we're
I
like right,
see.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's the one next to the Art Deco
right.
that replaced the Adams family house.
it's the Montessori school?
I think our landmark.
No, it's that brand, one of the brand new, this, not the newest, but the second newest building that went in, the
Oh,
brick.
the second newest building. okay.
Yeah. And they changed, they, whoever came in first, I think they changed the use, I believe, to make it a medical building. On the last iteration, I believe so.
And so now they want to expand the parking lot back here? Is that what it says? No, this is that new building, the white one. This is that one with the thing up in the front.
Yeah, they're right in here, right, there's a,
Yeah.
yep, existing on the way.
Yep, this is the big rain garden in front of the white building,
Mhm.
and this is the other one. Okay, I'm oriented now. And this is where the Montessori is, then the medical building, then us, gotcha.
Yeah.
And so they own this whole thing is the property? Even behind the Montessori, I guess. All right.
It does look like that. right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like this comes out. What they don't show is where the buffer areas are
Yeah,
and transition areas.
Right.
And I think this is existing parking. So there is parking in the back. I just don't know if this is a new view and they're just going back further with it.
yeah, here's the building right there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and it goes right up to this parking lot here. So we're one of their neighbors.
Traffic survey. There's nothing showing what
Yeah,
they're
what's
doing.
in that book? Yeah, lot extension, parking lot extension. Agencies, okay, here's the letter. Want to expand the parking lot.
Oh, that's all postal receipts, yeah.
Yeah. It got mailed. Aha, here we go.
It might just be this,
Same thing, yeah.
yeah. Utility location, yeah, that must be the same. Topographical.
Same thing. Yeah, do they want to expand it all the way down? Pictures of it.
Hmm.
That's the front.
Is this a planning board application or a zoning board?
I don't think it's either yet,
Yeah, it's not either
Yeah.
yet. It's an interpretation of the,
just a, yeah, like a
Where the
required,
wetlands
like
are.
that one, like a required notification.
Oh, okay.
So maybe that's why they're not showing the full parking lot yet. Yep, definitely.
yeah.
And here's the, yeah,
Mhm.
wetlands,
So
water
maybe a
bodies.
buffer's required on this whole side.
Hmm.
Patients preparer.
Hmm.
I think we need to run an, what's it called?
ERI.
Yeah, ERI on it. We can share that.
It's the same one.
Yeah, so how far back are they thinking they want to go? I think they want to know where the wetlands
Mhm.
technically are so they can decide. Okay. So for this one, we'll run an ERI and go from there.
Yeah, it'd be good to know where the buffer zones are.
Share that with them. I don't want to hurry people. I'm just,
Oh, no. that's-
okay,
Yeah,
that's good, okay.
yeah.
Not trying to hurry you. All right, next one is an apartment building behind,
Valley View, that was the next one. And it used to be, there was a hotel.
Really?
That, right?
I don't know.
I think it was.
I'm the worst.
You
with
okay,
names,
Pat?
so I'm just like, yeah, that sounds right. But it was at Valley View, I reckon.
okay,
like-
this is, I think, a planning board application,
Yeah. So this one
708.
came up a couple
Are
of years
you're
ago.
looking at the next one now?
Yeah, we're moving on to the planning board application.
You want to sit in the chair?
You have a chair here.
So this one, if you might know this already, but it's behind Burger King. So it'd be a shared drive with Burger King to get back there, and that's that, all that property back there. It came to the planning board a couple years ago. I think there was some adjustments beforehand, maybe, from what I heard about the ordinances. And it was called Captiva, Captiva. It was it was in a lot of news, and it was a lot of the meetings here. And they got approved, and then I don't know why it didn't occur. Maybe the pandemic, I have no idea why nothing happened. And then apparently the property or the rights or something were sold. And now they're coming back with a slightly smaller, I think it's still 4-story residential apartment or I guess townhouse condo complex.
So this is what's left there. I had no idea all this stuff was back there. Concrete pad, remains of the former building. Remains of parking lot.
So here's Burger King.
Yeah,
Right, so here's the shared driveway. That's north. So you'd come all the way back here.
mm-hmm,
It's very steep, you could tell by the
mm-hmm.
contour lines.
High up though, right? Or low,
Yes.
yeah, it's high.
It's pretty high up.
That would be nice views, honestly.
It's called Valley.
Was it? Yeah,
Was
that
it
makes sense.
Valley View? Because you're looking down over the cemetery, I guess, and then over the, like, back that way behind the church and,
Yeah.
okay, yeah.
Okay, and this is what they're proposing. This is a detailed view of that. Driveway goes like that. 4-story apartment building. Here's the old structure. Here's the new one.
So the impervious surface was really high. I think the way that the ordinance reads, it's like, there's incentives there, it's like 4 stories, I think it's up to 80 even. It was in those reports.
Well, and exactly with this kind of parking lot, like where, I'd be interested to see the water, what they're doing with all the water.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They're just gonna run it into sewers?
Yes, it is. I think. Sewer. I think this will fulfill some of the affordable housing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So what is this whole thing here? Underground infiltration basin.
So that's under the parking lot.
Mm-hmm. And they have, these are all drainage going in there.
To me, the question is, it's replacing a motel. Do we want to replace a motel with multifamily housing?
Yeah. I like it.
Question.
Yeah.
How long has it been since the motel was there and open? After the motel? Was the Burger King
Look as
there
big as the motel
at
was.
that point still? Yeah, so you went
It
behind
looks
it?
smaller or bigger?
It looks
Yeah.
smaller.
Hmm. It's got more parking lot now.
Yes, they're replacing some of the motel with a parking lot.
I would like to know where's all that water, is it all gonna be captured properly, or is it gonna flow downhill, because this is all high, and it would
Yeah.
slope down towards the
Yeah.
other properties and towards the cemetery, and
Because does this site have sewer? It doesn't have sewer.
Yes. I think that's
It
what-
does have
I
sewer.
think it does, yeah.
Okay.
Well, it has sanitary sewers, right, yeah, for waste in this area. I just don't know what the stormwater setup is like.
Is that automatically where the stormwater goes or not?
I think the cemetery is over
don't
here.
I think they're
The
combined.
Yeah.
town property is here.
Pretty sure
Yeah,
they're
I think
not.
the
There's
town's
some
on
towns
this
have an issue
side.
where they're combined.
Or maybe you're
Sewers
right.
and
Maybe it
water,
is
that's- they're
here and
trying
here's
to
the cemetery,
end
right?
that.
Here.
I'm positive, though. I don't think it's combined. So I think all this goes out to, gets pumped right to the, it's Hardison, I think? Yeah.
Hmm.
We can look this up. These aren't, it says underground infiltration basin, 240 Coltech, 360 HD chambers. That's where the stormwater is going. Whatever these chambers are under the ground. Are they almost like dry wells?
So it's just like retaining them so they don't overwhelm wherever they're
Mm-hmm.
dumping them.
And then they just slowly. let
It
them
has
seep.
like rock on the bottom.
Yeah.
And they'll slowly
Huh.
soak in. We could look up what this Coltech chamber is.
How do you spell it?
CULTEC.
Thank you for our pen.
All I was seeing was anything like this under a parking lot.
Yeah, I'd love to see the structure of the parking lot. How does it support itself?
We're ready to look at the next one?
So there's a lot of comments in the engineer's report about vegetation needs, right? Lack of, it needs to add a bunch more shade trees and I think parking lot vegetation and
Placing some
with variety.
slow growing short
Yeah.
shrubs.
Yeah,
Oh, it's like-
I saw that, yeah.
Yeah, that's weird. Yeah. You want to see what they look like?
Oh, wow.
That's
They
not
do
what I
put
thought
them,
they were gonna look like.
and they do put them under parking lots evidently.
Wow,
Won't be much stronger than, well,
yeah.
I don't know if that's the exact thing, but that's the same company. Yeah.
Well, if they just made permeable pavement parking lot, it can just add to it from right above. Oh, they're huge.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Wow.
What those drainage will look like
Huh.
under the parking lot.
Wow, those are big. How long are they gonna last?
No
before they
storage.
collapse?
Good question.
Very little lawn,
Mm-hmm.
little bit of lawn, little bit of lawn. Because this is very slanted, right? Like,
What's happening with all the rainwater now?
I don't know.
Well, there's less pavement, so more of it's probably handled naturally.
Lighting.
Lighting's okay. Where's the intensity? Where do you see that?
Well, that's the title. of it.
Oh, I see. Oh. No, it doesn't say there. No, that's not it either.
Curious how this road is gonna handle all that, all those residents and all those cars. And look, it's right up against the building here, almost. Side.
Yeah, there's not much. There's that weird tree here next to the Burger King, and there's not much room next to that building at all.
Do we need it that bright?
How bright is it?
I don't know. They got handicap spots, but no charging stations? Is
No,
that
they
a true
have-
statement?
I think they have 1180.
Are these the charging station ones?
They might be. I remember seeing that.
There were some.
Yeah.
Got
or
some
they-
credit for a
They
few,
might
right?
be up here. I don't know. Yeah, they have to have, I think it was 11. 15.
Okay. Maybe these little car symbols mean.
Wow, never seen an actual fire truck diagram showing the fire truck coming in and
Oh,
out.
that's what that was.
That's
I saw
interesting.
that.
Yeah. But there's no access behind it for a fire truck.
Hmm.
I didn't see any fire department report. Maybe it's not in yet, right? Did you see anything in the packet? The fire marshal,
I didn't know.
or even the police? So I wonder if traffic it's gonna be an issue coming in and out of there.
That was something we talked about when we first.
Last time, right?
looked at this,
Yeah, that's true. There probably is an initial.
Look, permeable
We should pull up the old
pavers.
report and see
Well,
how
that's
much
what they're
it was.
using for
Yeah.
the landscape stuff they were doing.
We did a report on this a couple years ago.
We did.
Yeah, so we should
Remember.
reference that old report on the Captiva project. So there might be a lot of similarities.
Okay.
This is all there is the Carapello and Sussex County.
Oh, there's a police.
Yeah, they did say they were gonna
Oh,
have some of these. Is that the garbage cans? Yeah, okay. And the benches, the
The-
charging stations.
Police report just says doesn't see any traffic-related issues associated with the property and driveway. I wonder once you get off the property, coming out into 181.
Right, we were just saying we should try to
Yeah.
get that one.
Captiva.
It was called Captiva.
It's 20, yeah.
Oh, yeah,
I
look
think
at
it
that.
was. That was 2020, I think, 2021.
That was when Janice was here.
It was.
She, remember, she
And that's the
was
park I used to work at.
She lived on the other side of the street. I think
Okay.
that's where she-
Oh. Hmm.
So this is, it's not a septic system, it's just for the stormwater then,
Yes.
right? Okay. And septic is just going through the normal sewer. And so the water goes in here and just soaks down into the ground? Is that what it's supposed to do?
Oh, okay. I saw that question pop up. Yeah.
It's the bottom.
Capacity to store
That was none.
Huge,
Yeah.
yeah.
Those are about 3 feet high.
Oh, that's just like original, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
36 inches.
My question is, do they really need that much? Or is that overdoing it? What's gonna happen when they start collapsing after 10 years?
Yeah, I don't know. They're probably planning for a lot of rain.
I love it. You don't see that
I
very
know.
often.
Yeah. Wonder what the lifespan of those are though, to Ted's point.
Yeah.
Right, that's when we need the parking lot, so
Yeah.
rip up the parking lot.
Such a good use of a parking lot,
Yeah,
you know?
Mhm.
yeah, that'd be great. Power the whole thing. This is connecting the water.
Ted, do you remember this when it was Captiva, the other application a couple years ago?
Yeah,
Never got built. Yeah.
I always felt that because it's on a mound, a hill, they should move the hill down into the town's property and fill it in. Then the town could use that could use that that plan and lower the hill down, but that was me. That wasn't the property owner looking to move a lot of material.
All right, so for this right now, I have run the ERI. We did look up that drainage, sorry. Talk about the lights, and we also need to get the Captiva report, Captiva, the previous.
How many additional kids is this gonna put in the schools?
Yeah. 78.4 cars, 40 units. There's
Probably
only
not
two
many.
three-bedroom units. That's really what you, 31 two-bedroom units. It's not gonna be tons of kids.
Probably not many.
Some. Oh, they're gonna have an exercise room? Two-bedroom in the back. One bedroom, one bedroom, one bedroom. Okay. The first floor with the lobby, elevator. Storage closets for 'em? The other third bedroom. I guess all the three-bedroom ones are on the first floor. We got the stairways at either end.
There's no environmental impact statement.
No, oh, we're okay, we better get that.
We saw that. They were, we won.
Okay.
Well, we need one. Maybe if we, after we run the EIS, ERI, we can get a 7 through EIS.
Anything else?
When we looked at the lights, those aren't down facing.
Yeah, they were upward, but with like, cap on it. Stormwater.
With the maintenance, and I know this is the analysis, but
They put it under parking lots.
perhaps.
Oh, maybe it has in here how long they last.
Looks like they're planning for 1,000-year storm.
Which happen every other year now.
Yeah.
Every 3 years, with maintenance stuff. Okay. 9 years.
No, that's cool. Get the junk out of the water? Is that
Yeah.
what that was?
Yeah.
Like it.
And then you gotta go in there and periodically clean out the sediment. That's,
Sure.
maintenance. Oh, I never saw this kind of stuff before. Still doesn't say how long they last for, though.
I'd like to reread the engineer's report from Mr. Simmons about stormwater. To get his take on, is this sufficient enough for
Yeah.
such a steep area? If you look at this, you can see like, there's a cemetery right here, so if that doesn't work.
All that water is gonna pour down there.
Could come down there.
Yeah, could make a mess.
Yeah.
Are they actually expanding the impervious area? I thought, oh, maybe it was just compared to the last application, it's smaller.
I think that's what it is.
Okay.
I'm not sure if that's true, but the last one was.
Yeah,
What was the total, though?
I just remember them calling it out, that it was smaller. So that's why-
Yeah.
That's probably then something that was never built.
Right, exactly.
I see.
How many kids can you put in a two-bedroom apartment?
One or two tops. Although if you live in New York City. Required 80, existing, opposed to 60.
Oh,
Previously approved was 68.
Yeah. But that doesn't matter. My understanding is this is irrelevant at this point.
Interesting.
The
Yeah,
previously
I was
approved
curious
is
about that,
irrelevant?
yeah.
Yeah.
But that, the way it was transferred or the time that lapsed or something, my understanding is that this is a brand new application. That's my understanding.
They're definitely framing it
Yeah.
as if it's not.
As like a,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
And so just the stormwater and the slopes.
Yeah. Yeah. All right.
We want to recommend more one-bedroom apartments and less two-bedroom apartments.
I don't know, is that in our area of expertise?
The planning board, good. Ted, what do you see as the advantage or disadvantage of one bedroom versus two?
Well, the two bedrooms, the second one is for the kids. So how many kids you gonna put in the second bedroom? At least two.
Or one bedroom to be less
One
children.
bedroom is less kids.
Yeah,
But there's a lot of remote workers that need offices.
that's
So
true
if
too.
you have two bedrooms, then one is your office, one is your bedroom.
Yeah. Hmm. Something to think about, yeah.
All right, we got everything down here. Come on in. All right, we're going to open it up to public comment, but we have no public here this evening. So moving on to, oh, here's my agenda. Reports. Christine Dunbar's not here, so Dean, we only have the council report.
Okay, so let's start with, first I actually want to start with a thank you to everyone for the nomination and the application. And I thanked Christine Dunbar already. She's not here tonight, but so thank you very much. I was really surprised and honored and humbled and excited to receive it. And it really is a reflection. I think I put in my email of everyone here. You know, this year and even last year crew, yeah, the people all around, I think that are doing so much great work, but I do appreciate it and very thankful. So
Congratulations.
yes, thank you.
Christine
Thank you.
organized it, but we did all have input.
Oh,
so,
good.
yeah.
Thank you very much. It's an honor, so I appreciate it. So let's see, I'll start with the planning board. I just have a couple comments because Christine can't be here. So I guess the two things I wanted to touch on, one was the last planning board meeting, we had a large application, a large hearing for 1 North Village Road, that obviously everyone worked hard on, did a lot of review, a lot of consideration of that one, and that one was not approved. That was for a proposed Chipotle, the corner of Route 15 and North Village Boulevard. Other than that, the professional search process continues. I think as many of you know, there was a process, an RFP process started several months ago, putting out to bid the possibility for a township planner, professional planner, and also a planning board attorney. Not to necessarily say we're going to replace the existing ones, but to make sure that we want to do a full search and open that up. So that process continues. There's a subcommittee meeting coming up this Monday evening to continue that process. Town council, I don't think I've covered some of these, but you may be aware of some of them because they're from the last couple meetings. I missed the last one, not the last one, I missed 2 meetings ago. Obviously, the Environmental Commission ordinance passed. You might be aware of that one, 2319. That was to, a couple things, expand the regular membership by 2, and to add a high school student liaison with up to a 1-year term, non-voting, just volunteer, preferably from one of the green clubs or environmental clubs at some of the high schools that are servicing Sparta. And also a new couple of example or two around attendance, participation in activities, things like that. Also, a food truck ordinance passed as well. That's 2316. The Plan Endorsement Advisory Committee, which Neil's very aware of, had a second meeting a week ago on Monday, 2nd. That's proceeding ahead. Also, at this past Tuesday's meeting, we had an initial discussion amongst the council, and we had some public input as well around short-term rentals in Sparta. And short-term rentals, if someone was to ask you, what does that mean? Some of the popular common ways today to think of it are things such as Airbnb, VRBO, et cetera, and even ones that are not affiliated with those services. So we had initial discussion around, are there any policy needs that we want to consider in terms of new ordinances or restrictions or expansions and clarifications regarding short-term rentals. So more to come on that. And finally, I just wanted to make a reminder, this Sunday is the Sparta Fire Department is having its 2nd annual Firehouse Open House. Sunday at the main firehouse on Woodport Road, starts at noon. So I went last year, it was great. You can see the fire trucks, you can get a tour of the firehouse, you can meet the volunteers, the wonderful people who are protecting our town. So if you have a chance, it's this Sunday at 12 p.m. forward. I think they usually have some food too, so yeah, it's really nice. It's a
I
good
always send
opportunity.
them money every year.
Yeah, it's great. They really work hard and like all of our first responders. So that's this coming Sunday. Otherwise, I think that was it for now. Yeah, thanks.
Quick question on the ordinance around short-term rentals. It does not include anything within Lake Mohawk, right? Because that's a private community. They make their own rules, or how does that work?
No, so first of all, we don't know if there's going to be an ordinance. It's just, having an initial discussion to see if there's a need for the council to act.
Okay,
Secondly, it would affect all property in Sparta.
okay,
Yeah, the township ordinances supersede any of the, like Mohawk communities, any lake community.
okay. And then another question, Neil, are they producing minutes or notes or anything from your meeting,
From the
committee?
PIAC.
Yeah. Yeah, committee.
I don't believe, I haven't seen any,
Okay,
but if they do, I'll
Okay.
forward them to.
great. And then you'll bring anything of significance to us here?
Yes.
Awesome.
I should add also the planning board that the master plan review subcommittee is, I think the window closed for volunteer applications. That's being reviewed and processed, so we're moving forward with getting that group together to start that process as well, of the subcommittee.
Is it a review or a rewrite?
Probably both, yeah. The scope is still being determined, so, yeah. Definitely a review, whether or not.
Sneak out early.
Sure, Todd.
Good night, Ted.
Say good night.
Yeah, good night. Thanks for being here.
Night, Ted.
Night. So, yeah, I think the intention is to take a real hard look at it, and whether it's rewriting it from scratch or just major portions of it, that will be determined still, yeah.
All right, thank you very much. Unfinished business, so the Green Business Initiative, we've been sharing how to get registered for the New Jersey Sustainable Business Registry. We had a list that was shared last time of some different types of businesses to reach out to. I, over this last 2 weeks, also reached out to the Chelsea. That's it this time. And I know, Linda, you reached out to some folks too.
At the Station Athletics, gyms, and Eric's Deli.
Awesome. Dean and I are presenting this Green Business Initiative next week at the Chamber of the Sparta Chamber of Commerce.
Let me know if you need more copies. I only made 20.
Okay. I think they're only allowed to have 30 people there or something like that too, so that should be good. Thank you.
Has the business development?
Yeah, so that's another point. Business Development Committee, BDC, yeah. So I did mention to Councilman Hertzberg during Tuesday night's meeting that we'd be syncing up, Kim, you can, or I can, or we all, to sync up to see at a future meeting of that group to come in and give them a summary overview of the.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
When are they meeting? Do they have a regular schedule yet?
I am not aware that they have a regular schedule yet.
Okay.
They met at all?
I'm not certain, actually. I'll have to find out.
All right, so I'm not aware of anybody actually signing up yet, but we're definitely doing quite a bit of outreach.
I stopped in to see Simple Bare Necessities and left her this because she had started to enter the information online and forgot about it for some reason.
Oh, okay.
Now she's on it.
All right, great. All right, next thing is open space planning. The original proposal from the Land Conservancy of New Jersey was submitted to the Highland Council for a funding proposal, to potentially fund it. They insisted on some minor changes to the scope and expansion of the scope. You have the revised proposal here in your packet. So the price went up by $1,000, and we're actually asking for slightly more to cover some of our township expenses in addition, because there's going to be professionals from our township that also need to weigh in on this process. And the scope expansion that I'm aware of is this addition of number 8 on page 2, which is maps using the ArcGIS to determine priority lands for preservation and recreation. So I don't know, we don't have to vote on this again, right? Because we voted on it last time? Or do we need to vote on the,
Just revised. I don't.
yeah. Okay,
Still submitting it.
yep,
And that was requested by the Highlands Council?
yes. And so at this stage, the next thing is Sam sends it back to the Highlands Council.
Tomorrow morning, since
Tomorrow
I only
morning.
just got that at 4:30.
Okay, perfect. And then hopefully we can kick off this work effort very soon.
So exciting.
Do we know if the Highlands Council has a time frame for an answer on the grant, if we're going to get a grant?
Oh,
I don't think it's a large turnaround. Yeah, Corey, our engineer, has been working diligently on this and finally got that part, and then, yeah, he's been a big help.
Great.
Great, yeah.
All right, last thing is this Saturday from 9 to 11, we're doing the Pollenskill River area cleanup. We're not actually cleaning up the Pollenskill River. We're going to be doing it at 60 Blue Heron. Number 101, I think, is the parking lot that we're meeting at. We will be doing along the entrance and exit ramps as much as we can do in 2 hours. I already have the supplies. Children are allowed with their parents. We can't take responsibility for anybody's parents. And at this point, we're doing it rain or shine. It looks like it's not going to start raining until noon. So we should hurry up and get it done. So I know I heard from several people here, and then I did get another acceptance from somebody else from the green team.
Oh, good.
Yeah, so we
that's
should
great.
have a pretty good crew.
Take pictures.
Yeah, we'll definitely take some pictures. Yeah. All right, any other questions on the cleanup?
I do know that the planning board received the invitation, and I mentioned it at the council meeting, so it's
Okay,
definitely word is spread. I know zoning board also received the invitation too, I guess, right?
all right, yeah,
so,
I think so.
yeah. It's good.
Great. All right, any new business?
Can we talk a few minutes about the Emerald Dashboard event?
Yeah,
I don't know if that's new business, old business. We haven't really talked about it. So if you remember back in the spring, we were notified that we got selected to receive the grant from ANJAC to host an Emerald Ash Borer tree planting. Like the Emerald Ash Borer killed the ash trees, and now we're going to replant in the Sparta Glen. So at the end of this month, I just need to submit like an update to ANJAC for the progress. So I have some ideas I'm kicking around, but I just wanted to run them past everyone else. I think since we're tying it to Arbor Day, which is Friday, April 26th, it's the last Friday in April, I think it would be kind of nice to have it on the actual Arbor Day. And I would like, I'm thinking that we can invite the different green teams from the different high schools and middle schools in town. And I guess I'm viewing it also as an opportunity that we can get sustainable Jersey points in the process for the education and outreach, but also incorporation of other partners. So since it's in the Glen, I'm thinking that we can have different tables set up and decide how we would want to rotate people through, but we can have different organizations like ANJAC. It said in the notification for the grant that they would like to send a staff member up. So if they're sending someone up, they could put out a table and talk about their organization and their work for stormwater management and a lot of work that they do that would be related. Since it's in the Sparta Glen, I think we can have, a table set up from members of the organization I work for at the Walk-Hill River Watershed Management Group, because the Sparta Glen drains to the Walk-Hill. I think that's a natural connection. I would like to see Trout Unlimited, because they did the restoration of the Glen back in 2016. I think we could have the AmeriCorps New Jersey Watershed Ambassador for the Walk-Hill. And I'm also thinking, I went back to the Sustainable Jersey criteria for the education and outreach points. And it's 5 points for every event that you do, for 15 points. But then it said you can get an additional 5, like bonus points, if you show a sustained effort over the course of a couple months. So I was thinking, instead of just having a one-day event, maybe we can have like an entomologist do like a virtual programming type event to talk about Emerald Ash Borer, and we could use that as a way to generate volunteers and say, hey, next month we're going to do this event if you're interested, and we can get a few more people to sign up. So those are kind of my initial thoughts, but I just wanted to see if everyone was generally supportive of the idea of incorporating the school kids from the different green teams, hosting it hopefully on Arbor Day, and obviously we need still the formal permission from the township to have it on that day. But I just wanted to check if you like the idea of the incorporation of partners too.
Yeah, well, I think it's wonderful.
So
Nice, great idea.
Sounds
the
exciting.
kids can actually plant the trees or are you? that's
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah. So part of the day will be the planting.
Yeah.
They could eat lunch in the Glen. They could visit the different tables. So sometimes I've done like a round and robin where they have a set amount of time that they go from each station. So we might do something like that. Yeah, I want it to be a real educational day, but then also we have funding to plant 150 trees in the Glen. So that's ultimately what they're going to do with the education and table visiting as a bonus.
What's the date of Arbor Day?
Friday, April 26th.
Yeah, some other groups we could offer volunteer opportunities to, I'm sure, if the town is willing, open it up to Parks and Rec employees, DPW, any employee who maybe wants to come out on a Friday and volunteer. If the town is okay with it, we can check on that too and have them there. Maybe even Parks and Rec would want a table.
A table, yeah.
Yeah. Is, if you were to think about the need in terms of trees,
Mhm.
is 150 the right number, or do we think we want to actually look for other donations to increase the number of trees? Do you have any idea?
Well, I think it was a pretty robust planting that was initially done by Trout Unlimited. I know that some trees were lost, especially on the side where the mowing was taking place, the annual maintenance. I think the other side of the river, though, across the banks that were never hit by weed whackers, that's growing in pretty densely, so it would just be on the one side. But I can go in the Glen and like mark where I would think we still need some trees and count. I feel like 150 might be a good number,
Okay.
but we could assess as we get closer.
Yeah, just thinking of other nonprofits, they might want to
Yeah.
add a little bit more if we need more trees.
Yeah.
How big are the trees?
It's a combination of I think it was number 2 containerized trees for most of them. And then I think it was 100 of those and then 50 smaller ones, just like the seedlings that you get for Arbor Day.
Yeah, okay.
Just because we had to work within the
Budget.
$1,500 budget.
Yeah.
And then Walk Hill River Watershed Management Group is going to provide the tree tubes for that that have been recycled from other projects. So we have those already too.
Maybe I just keep coming back to this green business thing, but maybe there's people that want to donate, from the businesses in town, like a tree or something like that for
Mhm.
$50 and they can help restoration and be part of the green initiative for businesses.
Well, and maybe we could do like some bigger, like a Baldwin burlap type tree where
Yeah.
the DPW could help them actually be planted, or more like ceremonial trees, just a handful of them.
Yeah.
That would be bigger impact right away.
Yeah, that would be awesome. Is that like a thing that people can just say they want to do and we can say yes, or is there a whole, like,
A business sponsoring a tree or,
or making a donation for a tree? Like, do they just write a check to the town and say for tree or Arbor Day tree, or what do they say? How do they do it? Because we used to do this, I'm sure you
Oh.
guys do it too. We used to do this all the time in Riverside, where people, like businesses would just come for a volunteer day. And I'd be like, great, that'll be $5,000. And they'd be great. Because they pay for, I mean, it's the city, but they pay for like, like team building days and whatever. So they would buy all of our plant material. And we did it on a much smaller scale too for schools, where they would just, buy a flat of plants that we needed and, or give us the money too, things like that. So, but it might be a nice way to like,
yeah. Sure, we could
bulk
check into that
Yeah.
legally. How would it's public property, how would they make a donation for a specific purpose like that? Probably a way to figure it out, I would think. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, but it would probably be good to get that information sooner rather than later, right? As people are reaching out to the different businesses and talking about this initiative, that would be good for them to know
Yeah.
if there was an opportunity.
also, could they donate it to your organization, like for that particular planting? No. Okay.
I don't know. I'd have to find out, just because we're technically not a nonprofit. We're
Oh.
local government, so it makes it a little different.
yeah.
Got it.
If this is on a Friday, how would that work with the schools? How would-
Oh, so I guess I'm envisioning that we would, like Kara Johnson, who helped with the Earth Day fair. She would have her 10 kids who were in her environmental club participate in a field trip, and they would just come for whatever number of hours we want to host the event. And actually would be bused to the Glen with the idea that they would be staying there for several hours.
They didn't bring their own lunch.
Yeah.
Was the years ago, right, we were involved one there where it was Pope John, and actually it might have been Chris Dunbar, might have been the teacher still.
Yeah, she was.
And she brought all of her, environmental science students, and that was a whole day. It was lunch and everything, and
Yeah.
it was nice. Yeah.
I guess the other thing is, I don't know what other people feel. This is close to the time around Earth Day.
Yeah, Earth Day is the
So I was thinking
22nd.
like, are we going to shift this year and make it, rather than the Earth Day fair, we're going to have some of the same,
Mm.
you know, groups tabling at this event. Maybe not to the same extent, but, you know, ones that are related that we could tie into either the Emerald Ash Borer devastation, the river health, stormwater, Parks and Rec, like whatever we can have that would be related, Native Plant Society, and just kind of shift it, because otherwise it doesn't really make sense to plan two big events in the same month.
4 days apart.
I was thinking of that when I looked at the calendar.
Yeah.
Oh, that's Earth Day.
Earth Day is 21st?
22nd.
Second,
Oh,
but it's really Earth Week, so.
Yeah.
yeah.
So, the only thing is we would lose people who might attend on a Saturday, who work during the week.
Yeah, if we want to still do both, that's totally fine. I'm just saying it's kind of a lot to pull together.
Yeah, I know.
But it's just a small team of us doing it.
If we happen to decide that we wanted to do the Earth Day fair again, then maybe we can find another date instead of Arbor Day, and then we lose some of the synchronizing this with Arbor Day to do the plantings though, right? But
Yeah, this one just has to be close to Arbor Day, if not on the actual day, just because that's how it was pitched in the grant.
yeah, that's true.
But there's also, we could, if we still wanted to do an Earth Day type event, we could tie it to, maybe not Earth Day when everyone does their environmental programming, but there's like World Environment Day in June, or there's, you know, like different events throughout the year. So maybe we could find another environmental holiday that's not Earth Day if we wanted to do something similar.
Yeah.
All right, I
Great
love
idea.
all the ideas.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it.
Great
Okay,
ideas.
great. Oh, and I should have mentioned, there's also funding for signage. So there's going to be a sign that talks about the reforestation, the partners, and the Emerald Ash Borer damage.
Do we know how soon we have to order or identify what's on that? Like, is it like a 6-month lead time or is it more like 3 months?
I mean, I'm not sure if it's different in the town. The
Okay.
ones that we ordered, like 3 months would be totally fine.
Okay.
I looked at the terms of the NJAC grant today, and it said everything needed to be done by June of next year. So I think we still have a little time. I think if we
Okay.
got it over the winter, you know, done, and then out for printing, we should be good.
What kind of sign, is it like a permanent, like a long-term sign that's gonna be there for years, or is it more of a, while that this time frame's happening, it's gonna be up there for that
Oh,
event? in
no, it's like
week or
a
two?
permanent sign that's gonna be cemented in the ground, and the
Oh.
DPW already committed to helping install it.
Okay, that's great.
Awesome. Any other new business or items we didn't get the opportunity to talk about yet? All right, do I have a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Linda second, all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Awesome. Meeting is